secretive organization known as Anonymous, a loose-knit group of computer hackers who came to the defense of WikiLeaks and got the attention of law enforcement in the process. They are young and stealthy, and they are potential giant killers.
Anonymous hacker activists have basically gotten together and are exacting revenge for what they see as attacks on WikiLeaks, and they're targeting a number of corporations that have cut off their ties with WikiLeaks.
So they see themselves as protesters. Essentially that the government can't prevent you or I from talking openly. They interpret it much more broadly. They believe that everybody has an inalienable right to say whatever they want on any forum whatsoever.
Now today, this group of computer hackers are apparently threatening cyber war over this WikiLeaks case. What do you know about that?
Yeah, NBC is reporting that Anonymous, it's a group we've heard of before, is threatening new attacks not only on U.S. corporations, but also
Number one story, MasterCard
officials.
announced Monday it would no longer process payments to WikiLeaks. This morning, internet activists crashed its website. This afternoon, Visa.com crashed. Tonight, Twitter might be next. It suspended an Operation Payback account. The group calling itself Anonymous has been waging Operation Payback for a few months now. The group says it is dedicated to a, quote, anonymous, decentralized movement that fights against censorship and copy wrong.
Well, officials have confirmed that at least 41 Malaysian government websites had been hacked overnight. This follows a threat by hacker group Anonymous to punish the authorities for internet censorship. Officials say that 51 websites were hit and at least 41 of them were disrupted in these attacks.
Targets like H.B. Gary, a major cybersecurity firm some U.S. government agencies rely on to keep their computers safe. Last month, H.B. Gary boasted it would expose Anonymous. The response was swift. Anonymous took down their website, stole thousands of emails, and posted them on the internet. The CEO resigned. Anonymous is credited with bringing down government websites in Tunisia, Egypt, and Libya. And now it's made new threats against companies and government officials complicit in what it views as the mistreatment of Bradley Manning, the Army private accused of leaking to WikiLeaks.
Anonymous is powerful enough that it's certainly struck fear into the hearts of some of the biggest technology companies, the biggest companies in the whole world.
With the recent discoveries in America, Ohio and its earthworks and the genealogy of the American Indians, it is now proven fact that the Native Americans may be of the old and may in fact share an ancient Hebrew bloodline. This is something we can no longer deny. What is not surprising is that the governments are denying the truth of heritage and hope to suppress the image of their race and claims, as international organizations are associated with its own people. Within the international world, the chaos of power, the axis of greed, and the history of past aggression is now being exposed by the power of social media. Corruption of governments is evident, and now a rise of anarchists is just the beginning. It is only a matter of time that we see the inflation of monetary organizations, governments and systems comes to a halt, whereas the lives of millions of dependent workers are overtaken by the crossroads of the chaotic schemes. Schemes that are controlled by the money mongers. This will be a direct sign of a panicked organization that will try maintain its power over the populace. Anarchy will then be given a choice. Either we are controlled by money, or we are freed from the slave system, the system which we create within our minds. In America, we are given a solution. But in every governance under the dollar, we thrive on three structures: technology, resources and trade. Since the dollar is suppressed into a paper of debt, lost of identity to a gold standard, where our dollar is under credit to the Federal Reserve, it is easy to see how our country is being bought or exploited due to the NAFTA and TPP agreements. The real plan is far-reached in thought, but if you do research, you will see the agreements signed by the Bush administration in 2003. If the greenback falls, the new currency for Canada, USA and South America will fall into the standard of a shared currency called the Amero. We may not think twice about such securities, as we are all dependents of the system, but what is remarkable about such situations is that if the greenback falls, then we all fall to a new currency, which suggests that our whole constitution may also fall suit to a one American government. This has happened before. Under America, North versus South, the rise of the Confederate flag has in fact nothing to do with black slavery, and everything to do with money, power and united slavery across the scales of humanity. As seen in the crash of the 1930s, also known as the Dirty 30s or the Great Depression. It was artificially, purposely created to attain a tax revolution over policies. Fears are the ways of power, control of resources and of money. Let's go back to the Dakota Access Pipeline. Oil is the currency of the world, and right now, the image of social order is being laid forth by the Native American Indians. The corrupt organizations of America are now laying its foundation to civil war with the natives of America. With the recent election, whereas Donald Trump is president-elect, the country is now divided into a political mixture of social chaos. Black Lives Matter organizations, environmental groups, and the other half of the political scale, the Hillary Clinton campaign, may join forces with the Dakota Access Pipeline peace warriors. This could be the perfect concoction of civil unrest. What we have learned is that within the social bubble, they, the government, are pushing forth this social agenda in order to either create a civil war, which will hold Obama in office for a longer duration, or create more death over land rights and policies under resources. Either or, they, the government, have written the laws that been passed due to the fears of people within the system. The media is a corrupt player in the scheme of governance. The only threat the American government may be face is the unity of peace brought forth by the Native Americans. If a leader of peace was to rise, and if he is a Native American, Indian with the bloodlines of Hebrew descendancy, what then? His image of heritage, or his bloodline of Hebrew heritage, may be of concern, not only by national interests, but of international relations to the Middle East. If the rise of a native man, he who may have the bloodline of Hebrew lineage, is to pass, the whole government and its plans may be faced with not only national pressure, but also of international concern. The fear of the man of peace